Hi.
Hello.
Everybody.
Welcome, everybody. I don't know if anyone's even here. I've not actually checked. Does anybody know? You have a
Mm,
phone on your phone? Well, if you're here, oh wait, I can see it on here. There's nobody here. Oh wait,
let's
there's
wait
one
a
person
second.
here.
There's one person. It's probably Sabrina. Hey, Sabrina.
Our one and only book clubber. But if you are here, drop a little hello in the chat. And if you read the book, let us know what you rated it. Yeah, but drop a hey so that we know you're here. Oh, there goes Naima taking pictures. But yeah, I kind of I don't know if anybody's.
How are you guys?
Yeah.
Let us know how you all are doing.
All of you, one person, aka Sabrina.
That is if it is Sabrina, because it could be somebody else.
It could be somebody else.
That's true.
Let's just give it a sec.
We'll give it a sec. Oh, we're down to 0.
It's okay. Somebody's coming.
It's okay. We're gonna have fun.
We're gonna talk after this about our promotion because we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
But I have a bone to pick with you. Oh, there's one person here.
Okay. Well, do we want to get started?
No. Unless you want
whoever's here, say hello in the chat so we know who you are and we can interact with you. And if you did read the book, let us know what you rated it. If you didn't, no worries. You didn't have to. You could just be here to hang out.
Oh, I just got the notification for you going live right now. So.
Oh, okay. So then we'll give it a second. That checks out. Do you have my notifications on?
I don't know.
Oh, I think you do.
Probably. When you actually uploaded.
And I was like, oh, over the summer I'm going to upload. Yeah, right.
I uploaded a video this week. It was very surprising.
Ooh. I've not uploaded in 3 weeks.
Wow, that's so unlike you.
I know. I hate change, so it takes me a minute to get acquainted.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, well, it looks like we got 3 people here. So y'all drop your heys, hellos, highs in the chat. If you read the book, let us know what you thought. But talk with us because the chat is empty and dead, and we need people to talk in here. But do we want to go ahead and introduce ourselves?
Yeah.
All right. My name's Reagan. You're on my channel.
My name's Em. My channel's Em Reads Romance.
Hi, I'm Naima from Naima's Reads. Naima.
Nemo. My name's Nemo.
Nemo from Naima's Reads. Some people say Naima. Some people say Naima. Some people say Naima.
I think I say Naima. Naima.
Yeah. My mom hates when I say Naima. She's like, no, it's Naima.
She's like, I did not raise you that way.
I did not name you that. Stop playing around.
Well, welcome to our chit chat about the book Wretched by Emily McIntyre. We can go ahead and start off with ratings. I will start us off strong here. I rated the book 5 glorious stars. It was so good. Naima, why don't you go next?
I honestly haven't yet to think about a rating. Because I finished it probably about 20 minutes ago at this point. I'd probably rate it like a 4-star.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved it. I gave it 5 stars just because it was the first book in a while that like completely sucked me in, and I read it in one sitting. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know your ratings.
Yeah, tell us what your ratings were if you're in the book. Non-spoilery thoughts, reasons why you gave it that rating. Anybody want to jump off first or?
Yeah, I just thought it was a really easy read. And it was like dramatic enough to keep me interested, but not like it didn't take a lot of brain capacity to read it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think like it was short, which is the first automatic check yes for me, because recently books have just been so unnecessarily long, and for what reason? Like, who needs to see all that?
Right.
So this book was perfectly short. It was great. It was so easy to read, which was really nice. But not only that, it had like some really hard-hitting lines. Like there is this one line where I literally sat there and read it like 14 times, and I was like, this is automatically my favorite book because of this one line. So there's some really good moments, some really good lines. It was like, huh?
Sorry. I was gonna ask you what the line was, but I'm sure you'll tell us later.
I'll pull it up in a little bit. Yeah, it's like in my Kindle thing. But anyways, it was just excellent. The romance was perfect, believable. The chemistry was there. The characters were great. The setting was awesome. I loved every minute of it. It was great.
I rated it 4 stars because the way I read it was I was listening to it during work, and I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out the entirety of the time. And so I thought it was a really good book. It's whenever I would like kind of like tune back in, I'd be like, "Ooh, things are going down. This is good. This is great." But like just wasn't a 5-star read for me. And if you watch my channel, you would know that like recently I've just read so much romance that in my life, like I'm able to dictate whether or not it's like a 5-star or a 4-star right away. And like this was just like a 4-star, maybe a 4.5. I love Emily McIntyre. I think she's amazing. But this book really didn't. It grabbed me. It grabbed my attention. I was intrigued, but also I feel like I missed so much of it. I don't know what happened there. So, yep.
Yeah, I can understand that. At first, it was more 4-star-y for me, and then as I got more into it, I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
So we can kind of talk more explicitly about like the things that we loved and our thoughts
And
about the
tell
book.
us your ratings and your non-spoilery thoughts as well.
Yes. But yeah, so if you haven't read the book, we're going to start talking about spoilery things at this point freely. So that's not something you want to hear. Now's the time to go, but you're more than welcome to stay. But yeah, so any like right off the bat things that you had to say that were kind of spoilery?
I just thought it was good. I don't know.
Head empty, but it was good.
There was also some quotes that I was like,
let's hear.
And I just had to sit there, and I was like, okay, I just need to sit on this, because when he called her pretty girl, I don't know why. Every time I was like, stop it.
No, I can't.
Oh, literally the highlight I have, Jesus, pretty girl, you could ruin lives with a smile like that. Bye.
Bye. You're bye. You gotta go. Bye.
My spoilery thoughts are kind of empty. I thought that this book was really good though, and like there's just certain things I was like, okay, Prince, relax. I thought that were just, my dog is here and he's making me sound sorry. There's nothing really spoilery that's jumping out at me, but I just thought that it was pretty good. And I thought that it was like really good. There's nothing like, oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, I have something. Oh my gosh. So
Okay. Tell us, oh my gosh.
So something that I think like really sold me about this book that I kind of realized like 3/4 of the way through is that this is the first book I've ever read by Emily McIntyre. So like I've never read her writing before, but I really did enjoy it. But you know, this is obviously a fractured fairy tale of the Wizard of Oz, which I thought the way that she tied in everything was so like seamless and perfect, and it wasn't like overly Wizard of Ozzy, and it wasn't like too not enough. It was like the perfect balance, and like even just the way that she phrased things. Like I read this one line where he was like talking about how she was like clearly like in distress, and he said like she looked like her like mind was like swirling around like a witch's like pot, or he like said some like simile that was about like a witch's like brewing pot or whatever, and it was like it like it didn't seem out of place, but it was also like setting the tone of the book. And I just felt like that was really cool. And then also I liked the parallel of him and the Tin Man with the heart. And like, I don't know if you noticed, but there was like little places throughout the book where he'd call it like the cavity in his chest, or he would say like my heart stuttered, or like, and I was just like, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but like one of the lines I highlighted at the very end, it said like my heart skips and stutters, then starts beating in a steady rhythm, and with that single smile, I know I've made it home. Are you kidding?
Yeah, at the end, the last line.
Are you? No, I literally was like, just that simple tie when you start talking about his heart like stuttering and stopping and then like going into a steady rhythm, like it was just so perfectly aligned with like the Tin Man, and like I loved that aspect of it.
I liked the way that the fairy tale was done. Like I liked that the other, it was Zeke or whatever, was the lion who like needed to find his courage.
Oh no, that was the best at the end when she was like, "You're a coward," and then he like, I can't.
Yes.
He comes and saves her.
Yes. And there was like something where he was like, I was brave for you or something, and she was like, no, you weren't. Like this was like your own bravery or something. And I was
like you were brave for you.
Yeah.
Bye.
I also loved how he loved her, but it was weird because sometimes like I couldn't really see how much he loved her. But then, like, you could just tell. I couldn't tell if it was lust or not. But then, just randomly, he'd say, like, that smile or, like, and then I'd be like, oh, please.
He was all over her. Like, he was obsessed.
That man was in love the second he laid eyes on her, and he just didn't know it. He literally, when they were reciting poetry to each other.
No. And then, like, he said there was a line. Oh, my God, did I highlight it? About how he whispers poetry on her skin. And I was like,
he literally was. He was.
And I was like, you need to go, sir, because before
what? Before
I don't know.
What, Reagan?
I don't know.
No, but
it was just so fun. Like,
oh my God, Em, I highlighted the same line as you.
I highlighted that one too. But like literally, he loved her. He was so obsessed with her. I just thought the vibes were just so good. Like, I love this girl. I loved her backstory as well. The way she was all like, oh, my mom didn't love me. Dorothy's a B word. Like, just like super like I don't know. I like the vibes of it all.
It was,
and that's what I really like about Emily McIntyre, like with Hooked and with Scarred. These two haven't read Hooked and Scarred, but I have. And they're just like, and it's written in a way where it's like, oh, like, I like that the names are there. I like how it's kind of different. It's not exact to the point, but there's little like things like that, little scenes, little moments where it's like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing there, So I really enjoyed that aspect. And I don't know, maybe it's because I had one foot in, one foot out, but like I just found that like while I was reading it, I was like, oh, he really likes her, or he's saying he's really liking her, or he like is obsessed with her. But then I'm like, it's just kind of like I don't know, I'm not totally getting that, but I think that the things that we did get were like really cute and really special.
Yeah, I feel like this is a book that you would like absolutely love in like not right now, like maybe because you weren't like in the headspace and then you like picked it up and listened to it, maybe you just like weren't totally connected to it.
Yeah.
But one thing that I thought I wasn't gonna like about it, because like I read a lot of romance where it's like the girl is like the innocent, like sweet, like she's just like the girl, and he's like the a-hole, and he's like, he's the villain or he's the bad guy.
Girl.
She's just the girl. And so when I started this book, I was like rolling my eyes, like, oh, she's like a bad girl, like, ugh, whatever. Like,
I thought she did it in a good way, though.
No, but that's what I was gonna say. Like, about like 20% in, I was like, no, it was actually the scene where she walked in that man's house and like threw the powder in his face or whatever and like made him eat. I was like, you are a woman. Like, I was so impressed. And from that moment on, I was like, okay, yeah, you're cool. So anyways, I didn't really at first like that aspect of it, but I loved it towards the end.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool.
But didn't it give you like the Mind F series?
Yes, it totally did.
I loved that aspect of it. Like, I feel like even if I went back and reread Hooked and Scarred, it wouldn't give me the same level of like serotonin that this book did, because not only was the writing good and like the interweaving of the fairy tale, but it was just the fact that like it had that similar plot line of where she's like the villain and she's like out to kill all these people and he's like the good cop, you know?
Oh, yes, exactly.
It was great.
It was amazing.
Okay, so I guess we can kind of start talking a little bit more specifically about the characters in specifics. We can start with Eveline. I'm pretty sure it's Eveline, but what did you guys think specifically about her?
I liked her. I didn't find her annoying, which was like surprising. I expected to find her annoying, but I thought it was done very well. Like, I don't know. I thought like the whole like, oh, the only person who loves me is dead, like whatever. I was expecting to be like get over that kind of, but no, I liked her.
Yeah.
And I liked how she just liked him so much, and like it took her by surprise too. Like at the point where I think it switched for me was like when they're talking and she says something to him about how she wishes she was like her sister who died, and then he's like, but if you were like her then there wouldn't be a you at all or something.
Yes!
And then like the way she thought about him after that, like literally like a flip switched, and I was like,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I missed that one.
I liked the way that she was just so like in tune with her feelings, even though she was supposed to be like this hardcore like whatever, but she was not.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I think that like she was just so cool to read about. I don't know, it got me excited whenever they mentioned her rings, because it was like, yes bitch, and I know they're silver, and
I know they're silver.
And I know they're silver. And like, I don't know, she was just really cool. I liked her little cottage down the yellow brick road. I loved that she was like a boss ass bitch. Like she was ready to like F somebody up in here. Like she was like, oh, I also liked that she had a little bit of crazy in her. Like,
yes. Oh my god. She'd be like, and then she'd like pull out her thing and be like, bang, and then like you're dead. Sorry.
I love that aspect of her because she's not messing around. Like I really
thigh strap. Can we talk about it?
You have to do it too.
Yeah, she was
the thigh strap. Bye. I just thought she was so cool. Because a lot of times we read about, or at least I do, I read about like a bad bee, and like I don't know, she's kind of like scared of her own shadow, or like she's just not all the way there. I felt this to the core because inside she's a very like demure, calm person. She does what she needs to do. She's like behind the scenes making these drugs. But then at the end of the day, if you come for her, she's coming for you. And like, I love that. I thought she was so bad. Like, I literally loved her so much. I thought she was so hot. And like, especially with like the smut scenes, I was like, this is filthy. This is disgusting.
Filthy.
Like she spit in his face. She spit in his face.
When she did that, I was like, I love this.
I was like, okay, I gotta go.
Like I was like,
okay, but you were like not excited about this book because of the smut scene that you saw on Emily McIntyre's Instagram. Both of you.
It wasn't that I wasn't excited.
I didn't understand the context. Like
when it happened, and she was like, I was like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
The scene in the alley, or like whatever beside his apartment.
Yeah. It wasn't that I wasn't excited. I was just kind of like, I didn't want you to be a total dominatrix, you know? And I feel like it was a very good balance. Why are you making that?
I don't know what that word means, dominatrix.
Dominatrix is like whips and chains. Get on.
Oh, okay. I was like, I have no idea what you just said.
I didn't want her to be totally dominating, but I thought that the balance was freaking perfect.
Well, that's what I loved, is because she really was like, she was a dominating person, but the moment they got in the bedroom, it was like he would like let her take control, but then also like it was like a very balanced thing.
Yeah, it was a balance thing. And I really enjoyed that. And especially with the whole what is she's like, I'm done letting her disrespect me. No, you aren't. Like you're messed up. Anyways, it was disgusting. It was gross. I was into it. I was like, this is too much for me.
Disgusting. It was gross. I was into
gross.
It was so filthy. Like, I was like, why are you spitting in his face right now? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, I'm done letting her disrespect me.
You're not. You're not.
You're
Sorry.
not. I liked it. It was like an interesting dynamic. Like, I could
Mhm.
get into something like that.
Anyways,
Oh, yeah.
that moves us right into Nick/Brayden because he had his alter ego as Brayden.
Anyways, I could
You know what? Something I loved about
I
him.
could get into something like that.
Moving on.
So, anyway, something that I loved about him is
If
that
it was like that, then maybe.
I'm muting you.
I'm sorry.
So, anyways, something we haven't really talked about yet, but I thought was important to mention.
Stop it.
I mean, if you're gonna act out, I'm gonna put you on blast.
My cheeks hurt. Okay.
Anyways, something that I loved about him was that there was really good banter. Like he would just pop off with some responses, and I highlighted this one because I literally was like, "Oh my gosh!" But he was talking with Dorothy, and she said, "You need training, Brayden," and he said, "That depends. If I make you a mess, will you rub my nose in it?"
I loved that. I was like, whoa. And Evie was there like
Like this.
That was like one of the best parts was like when he was like trying the same move on Dorothy basically, and she was like so grossed out, and then Evie's just like,
yeah.
Exactly.
I like that because I didn't know that was a common thing. Like with my first dog or my second dog, Marley, my dog pooped. Marley, she pooped, and my dad like put her nose in it. I was like, so this is something that you do? And so when he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, people literally do put their noses in it and make a mess of it. They do that.
I don't know what you're talking about at this
My
point.
grandma's calling me. Decline. I love you, Grandma. I'll call you back.
Oh
anyways, I liked that Brayden or Nick, whatever. I liked that even though he was like an agent or whatever, like it wasn't that annoying thing where like at the end he like turns on them completely, like either way. Like he managed. I like that he got away like
Unscathed.
on both sides, you know?
Yeah, like he's still good on both sides.
Yeah, like he helped them close the case, but also he didn't screw them over.
Yeah. I really liked the fact that he had like an inner turmoil the whole time. Like that he was like, why do I like her? Like I need a knot. And I loved like when he would go see his like coworker Seth, he'd be like pacing the room because he just like couldn't help the fact that he like loved her, but like wasn't supposed to. And the line that literally sent me like off a cliff was when he was like sitting in the room talking. What is funny?
It's not funny. I'm gonna cry. I'm crying. I'm crying.
Oh, why?
Sorry, continue. I'm fine.
Okay.
Just say the line. I know it's gonna make me cry.
So, anyways, it's when he's talking to his sister, and oh, I'm just now seeing like comments. Love that. Anyways, he's talking to his sister, and he said, oh, his sister said they were talking about how he was like, how do I love someone who's like obviously evil or she's like really bad? And his sister was like, we're all just out here living, roaming under clouds that are 1,000 different shades of gray.
Okay.
Please, that right there sent me like off a ledge. Like I freaking love that line so much. That's the one that I sat there and read like 14 times. But I was like, that is so good. And I just love that aspect. This is actually
a good question.
A really good question.
Couldn't tell you.
There is no answer.
Chaos.
Yeah.
What I have to say about Nick/Brayden is that he is one fine Emma and effin'. Like he is just so cute and so hot. Like Like he was just like, oh my gosh. And I love the way he was like, ooh, he was so sneaky and like just so sneaky. And I liked his vibe. I thought he had a very good vibe. It was so better than girl, yes. Or whoever. Yes.
Do you think he was better than Hook?
I thought she meant Hook the book, not Hook the character.
Well, I guess since we're talking about him,
Oh, well, Hook is toxic as heck, but so was I felt that this was kind of a toxic dynamic. Did you guys see that?
A little bit, but more like probably just toxic because of the circumstances, not necessarily that they were toxic people.
I didn't think
they were toxic as heck. They were so toxic. The way they were like, oh, she hated him, and then she would be like, they would be suspicious of him, and he'd be like, like I felt.
I guess, yeah. No, that makes sense.
I felt their dynamic
like I hate you, or like I don't like you, or you're suspicious, and the next thing you know, they're like on the table.
Yeah, but going. What about that alley scene? That alley scene.
Don't get me started about this alley scene, okay?
That's really out of the box for you, Em.
What are you talking about? That scene.
I love some smut.
Yeah, but it was like violent.
Not really.
Well, it wasn't. It was just scary.
They were literally like whispering poetry to each other while it was happening.
It was elegant.
Not elegant.
I don't know.
I was into Nick and Brayden. Nick/Brayden.
Yeah.
Nick and Brayden.
I was nervous that I saw the previews on Emily McIntyre's Instagram and I was like, I'm gonna love this book. And then I started it and I was like, it's gonna be too like dark, toxic-y for me. And then I loved it because they were both so.
You need to get into more darkish romance because I can totally like seeing you into.
No, the smut in this book was top tier. I will say the poetry being involved in it. I was just like, can you guys just like leave me alone for a second?
You need to read Stolen Soulmate if you liked that part. I'm telling you, Naima, don't give me that crap. Stolen Soulmate, they write poetry back.
What crap? I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Well, you like rolled your eyes, and I was like, oh no.
I was rolling my eyes as in.
Exactly.
Got it.
Anyway,
yeah, no, the alley scene killed me.
Yeah. What else is there to say? We don't know.
Nick is great, really.
Do we know if she's reading a fourth book?
Hopefully. I love her hooked. I didn't love Spark.
I'm definitely gonna read the other two, I think. Because I loved it so much.
And I own them, which is good that I'm interested because I feel like I've not been interested in any of my paperbacks in a hot minute. So
Emily McIntyre knows how to write. Let me just
also like it was the perfect length. Like it was amazing. Yes. Oh my gosh. And like
not 600 pages.
Literally. And I feel like I got more out of this book than I do out of a 600-page book. Like I feel like I loved the characters more deeply than I would in like a 600-page book.
Agreed. A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime.
Things We Never Got Over.
Like,
guess what? Our next month's book is 295 pages.
Really? That's good. I'll probably read that soon and actually pay attention.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Anyways, I was just going to say that I really liked Nick as a character. I didn't find him overly annoying. I didn't find him overly too much. I thought that he was the perfect balance of, oh shit, oh crap, what am I doing? Like, this is so bad. Oh,
yeah, I think he's a great addition to the book, but he's not like, when I think of this book, I will think about Eveline. Like, she was like the moment in this book, but he was a great supporting character for her main character role. But like, I did love him. Like, I didn't think that he like took a back seat. Like, he was obviously important. But when I think about this book, I'm gonna be thinking about Eveline.
Agreed.
The last two parts that I have on here is parts we loved / parts we hated. I know we've kind of talked a lot about parts that we've loved so far. Is there anything else that we haven't mentioned? Specifically like a specific part?
I kind of was really into Dorothy.
Were you?
I thought she was so fun. I was like, this is not who I thought Dorothy would be. Like the annoying, rude, mean, evil sister. I was like, I was living for it. I was like,
With
okay.
her red heels. I was like, get
her
out
red
of
Oh my gosh, when they
town.
were on the boat and she was wearing the heels, I was like, and then when she threw them in the water, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I was really living for Dorothy. I love the girl who's just kind of like so like innocently mean in a way. Like you're not involved in anything that's going on here, but you think you are. And like, I don't know, that's always like fun to read about. I thought she was really fun. Um, I loved whenever Evie would get like jealous between Dorothy and Nick.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
I also loved whenever like that ending scene when I was like, she's about to find out right now. She's following him. She's about to find out. And she does find out. And I was like, this is great. I just love a little bit of drama. So
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great.
I will say, like, I was nervous that the third act, like, fight breakup thing would be, like, really annoying. And, like, it hurt my feelings when he just, like, left after she was like, I love him, like, whatever. I was like, this
Yeah.
girl just got so vulnerable with you, and you said, bye, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go see your sister. Like, rude.
Yeah.
I love that. I was like, this is what I mean by toxic. It was toxic.
Yeah, I loved that.
Yeah, and I just liked how, like, like they kept saying, like, he was the calm and she was the chaos. I'm like, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Let the girl be the chaos, please.
Please. And you be the calm for once in your freaking life.
Yes.
right.
And then the fact that, but he wasn't trying to like make her not chaotic anymore. He was just they just balanced each other out naturally.
Yeah. Oh my god, you guys, I just love this book so much. I'm just like looking through my highlights.
I know, I'm like,
And the last chapter, this line, okay, I read you guys the one about, I don't know if we were live or not. Maybe we were, I don't know, where he's like talks about his heart. We were. His heart like
I
stuttering.
highlighted that too.
Well, the page right before that, it says, my heart stalls in my chest and my hand comes up to rest on top of it. She takes my effing breath away. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just, every time he talked about her smile, I swooned. Like, there's a part where he's like, I'm effing reeling, no breath in my lungs, dizzy from the height type of spin. It's that smile again, her real one, rare and so beautiful. Bye. Can a man think about me like this, please? Like,
also, Emily just is so rude with her words, the way she writes so well. But like where he said, but if I'm her calm, then she's my chaos. And if I can't live with her forever, then I don't want to live at all.
Bye.
Oh, and then whenever she's like pissed at him, and she's like burning all the things she like wrote, all the poems she wrote about him. And she said he was the king of pretty words. So now I'll make him the king of the ashes.
Yeah, I just loved it so much. I found the highlight from when, like, after she's like, happiness is right here waiting for me to reach out and grab it. So I sink into the moment, closing my eyes to the sound of his beating heart. But then he like gets up and leaves. And I was like, oh
my gosh.
There were so many pretty lines. So many pretty lines.
Yeah. And the last one I'll leave you guys with is I just want to talk to the girl beneath the mask, the one who smiles so big it softens her eyes and lets me whisper sonnets against her skin.
Stop it.
Stop it. Sonnets against
her
skin.
The other one that I have is like, words are your safe space the same way that they're mine. Bye. Like, can you not be romantic about words?
Yeah, exactly. That's literally my kryptonite.
Yeah. Okay. So I loved basically the whole thing.
Yeah, basically we loved every bit of it. Parts we hated.
The first like 5% was kind of slow and boring.
It was a little boring, the first 5%.
I didn't think it needed to start with the funeral because I think that like took me out of it.
I was confused because it was like, did she just die? I guess not.
Yeah, I kind of wish it would have been better if it started with like an action scene, like with her like busting into like a drug dealer's house and being like, yo, where's my flying monkey? Like
I love that it's called Flying Monkey.
I know. Everything. And like even Oz, like her friend who was actually the undercover.
And the place that they go called the Yellow Brick.
Yeah.
Oh, loved it.
And Hooked, the drugs in there is called pixie dust. I was like, bye. I love it so much.
Oh my god, it's just so aesthetic. Like she knew what she was doing.
She did.
But I thought maybe because like also I was not really looking forward to this book. Like I don't know, I'm such a mood reader, which is why book clubs are so hard for me because it's like half the time I hate the book mostly because I was like forced to read it. And like I love being a part of this book club and it's like my favorite thing at the end of the month to do. But because it's like structured, like, okay, I have to read this book by the end of the month, I'm automatically like, okay, I don't want to read it. Like I'm just not in the mood.
This
So
one surprised you. I was surprised for you because you were so into what you were currently reading.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, now I have to read Wretched. And you're like, oh, wait, why is this so good?
Yeah.
I was happy.
It was so good. I know I saw Reagan's message yesterday and I was like, oh, great. I'm going to be the only one who like didn't like it again or like who didn't read the whole thing. And then I was like, okay, wait, no, actually I love this book so much.
Yeah. It was good. It was a good book.
All right. Well, I feel like we sufficiently talked about most of the book. Again, it's not like super long, super deep. It kind of is what it is. So I guess, is there any other lasting thoughts?
I really enjoyed it. I think honestly, I'm gonna go back and reread it because I feel like I missed out on a lot of things, and I know this book, I know I would love it. And I did love it, but I felt like I had one foot in, one foot out. So I think I'm gonna take the time. I really want to purchase all of her books and like really
You need to do it soon because they're all about to go to like not mass market paperbacks, but a publishing house is like taking over them, so they're gonna like
the story.
Yeah.
So, Reagan, if you could buy me like Wretched, and then you buy me Hooked, I'll buy Scarred. Ugh.
Okay.
Scarred is my least favorite. Will you guys actually? I would appreciate that. I'm going through a rough time.
I'll get it for you. Don't worry.
Thank you. I'm just kidding. No, not really though. But yeah, I genuinely, people love this book and I feel like I did too, but I just need to reread it.
Yeah, I feel like you caught like big parts of it while you were listening to it, but like this is the kind of book you have to like physically read because there's so many like hard-hitting lines and things you have to be like, hold up.
This is the kind of book I wish I had like physically in my hands because I would have highlighted so many things and like wrote like little notes and stuff. Oh, it was just so cute.
Yeah, I have it physically. So I'm gonna go back and highlight all my highlights in it. Honestly, I kind of just want to reread it like tomorrow.
Buy me the book. I'm not kidding.
Oh, and also like look at the chapter. You know, in the Kindle version, look at how much bigger it is.
Yeah.
Like look at Nyx. Let me find Nyx.
She's great. Ooh, I love that.
It's bigger than it was.
Yeah, I loved it. This was a great book club pick. Good job, team.
Woo!
Choose it.
Okay.
They did. They chose it. They're not here.
They did choose it, and they're not here. Rude.
Rude.
We do have 3 people hanging in there, hanging strong. So our next book club pick is no longer a surprise because it is on the Instagram, but it is My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. That book came out this month, and we are going to have to readjust the book schedule because I think the next book we were supposed to read was supposed to be Anastasia, and that just got moved to a release in December. Yeah, the release date got postponed. So be on the lookout for a new book pick for that month. I think that's next month's. Maybe. But yeah, so My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. It's a romance murder mystery. He's a bounty hunter. He rides a motorcycle and has tattoos. She is a elementary school teacher. So it's kind of bad boy, good, sweet, innocent girl, maybe a little grumpy sunshine, not totally sure. But yeah, and it's like at a beach and it's vibey. And
I'm so excited. I love Tessa Bailey.
I don't. So
we know you don't, which hopefully this changes your mind.
Yeah, which I haven't read the one that like is her claim to fame, like It Happened One Summer. So maybe I just like haven't read current Tessa Bailey.
You haven't read It Happened One Summer?
No, because I was like triggered by the one book I read by her that I thought was so terrible. I was like, there's no way she can write anything.
Listen, I know you, and I know you would love It Happened One Summer, so read that.
I just reread it, and then I read the second one.
If I read
my
this one
favorite
and I
book
really
right now.
like it, I'm gonna go back and read It Happened One Summer.
Even if you don't, go back and read it. It's my favorite book of all
Or
time.
listen to it. The audiobook for It Happened One Summer is really good.
Oh, okay. Okay, well maybe I'll do that then.
Okay.
But yeah, so
yeah, we're super excited to read My Killer Vacation with you all. This is a book that we actually picked because two of us are Tessa Bailey stans. One of us needs to be convinced a little bit more. Don't worry, we are on it. Tessa Bailey is amazing. She really knows what she's doing, and we hope you guys all join us. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think it's on Naima's channel.
Yes, it will be.
On Naima's channel, and it will be, let me look at the date. It would theoretically be July 26th. We haven't checked our calendars or anything to double check that, but last Tuesday of the month in July, so July 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But it's okay.
I will be on a plane, but we shall see.
We shall see. Actually, I will not be here. I forgot I'm leaving that night. Anyways,
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll follow us on the Instagram.
Yes, I linked it down below. So click on the description box below. I linked M's channel and Naima's channel and our Instagram. So click on all those, follow them on YouTube, and then follow us on Instagram where we post all of our updates. Or just follow us on Instagram because we also share it on our personal Instagram. So
yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you had so much fun. It was always, a good time. So, all right.
Love you guys. The BBL
Love
way.
you guys. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.